What would you give to have a collection of stories that your grandparents had written about their lives? Imagine opening up an old crumbling notebook and you read one page and it says, when I was 23, this happened. And this is what I did, and this is what I learned from it. Another page says, one of the proudest days of my life is the day that this happened. Another page says, the day that my heart ached is when this happened. Or yet another page says, you know, I remember my grandpa used to always tell me, well, that'd be like a time machine, wouldn't it, taking you way back in time. And that little notebook would be a prized possession. And it wouldn't have to be a literary masterpiece. It could be filled with spelling mistakes and grammar errors. That wouldn't matter. In fact, it'd make it even better because it would be real. The sad truth is, most people live their lives and then they die and are largely forgotten. Now, I have loved ones that have passed on, and I haven't forgotten them. I think about them every day. And there are pictures around the house that remind me of them. And there's a sense in which our loved ones are always a part of us. They're in our minds and they're in our lives. The way we think, the way we act, are partly because of the influence that they've had on our lives. But their experiences, their life stories, hard-earned lessons are largely forgotten, and that is a shame. So I started writing some of my life stories, some of the things that I did, some things I shouldn't have done, some of the people that were a part of my life and influenced me, making me what I am today. I called those Papa's Life Lessons, and they were written primarily for my grandkids. And those have been saved in digital format, but I also decided to put them into a little booklet. So imagine what they're getting for Christmas this year. They'll get a lot more than that. So why did I do the booklet? Well, hopefully some of those booklets will survive the years. And many years from now, my children's children or their children might pick up one of those books, and maybe they're facing a struggle in their life or trying to make an important decision. And having read some of my stories, they'll remember, well, you know, Papa said. Makes me smile to think that that might happen. Well, I went on past the writing to begin doing some videos. I called them Papa Talks. And I tried to make them fun and then sneak in a lesson here or there. And now here I am, a YouTube channel, Ralph's Rule Breaking Retirement. I hope you'll subscribe and join the community. You'll hear some of my stories and ideas, and I hope that you'll share yours as well. Well, here's my second question for you. Have you thought about writing down some of your life stories? They would truly be a legacy gift to your family. And it's a gift with no inheritance tax. But you better get started soon before Congress gets any ideas. It would be wisdom that they could not get from a chat box like ChatGPT. It may be about the time that almost broke you in life, which might just help those who follow you deal with a similar struggle. It's their connection to the past. And what will it do for you? Well, it'll be fun. And it can be therapeutic. Another thing that it does for you is it keeps your brain sharp. A lot of people tell seniors to keep their minds active by working crossword puzzles. I'm just not a crossword puzzle kind of guy. To me, it's like doing hard work. And when I'm done, what have I got? A completed crossword puzzle, which I soon throw into the trash. Now, if you do crossword puzzles and you enjoy those, continue to do those. They are beneficial. And maybe this is something you can add on to that. But when you write stories, it activates parts of the brain that spend much of the time asleep, like memory. It's like the brain is flipping through a photo book. It requires the use of imagination. It involves emotion and creativity. There are all kinds of things that are going on at the same time in the mind as you are thinking about and writing stories. Now, you don't have to learn how to write first, and you don't have to buy anything. I see advertised these booklets that have a series of questions that prompt you, kind of get you going. I've heard from some people that have those who say it almost feels like a chore doing that. That's not what this is. It's just sitting down with paper and pencil and thinking about your life and writing a story. It may be something that you learn at that time in your life. When I started thinking about doing this YouTube channel, my lazy brain started telling me, why are you doing this? Why are you putting yourself through this? Sit down, relax, and take it easy. Well, I had to tell my lazy brain to be quiet. I was going to push on and see where this thing leads. And so as you think about writing your stories, you may have to have a talk with your lazy brain. Here's my third and final question. If you've lost your grandparents already, if you could go back and ask them one question, what would that one question be? Put your answer in the comments and don't write, where did you hide the money? We all would like to ask that question. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe.